Alan Carr was a British author of books about quitting smoking and other psychological dependencies including alcohol addiction. He quit smoking after 33 years as a 100-a-day chain smoker. Biography: London-born Carr started smoking while doing national service aged 18. He qualified as an accountant in 1958. Carr finally quit smoking on July 15, 1983, aged 48, after a visit to a hypnotherapist. However, Carr claimed that it wasn't the hypnotherapy itself that enabled him to quit. "I succeeded in spite of and not because of that visit, and I lit up the moment I left the clinic and made my way home." There were two key pieces of information that enabled Alan to quit later that day. First, the hypnotherapist told him smoking was just nicotine addiction, which Alan had never perceived before that moment, that is that he was an addict. Second, his son John lent him a medical handbook which explained that the physical withdrawal from nicotine is just like an empty, insecure feeling. He claims that these two realizations crystallized in his mind just how easy it was to stop and so then enabled him to follow an overwhelming desire to explain his method to as many smokers as possible. Philosophy Carr teaches that, contrary to their perception, smokers do not receive a boost from smoking a cigarette. Smoking only relieves the withdrawal symptoms from the previous cigarette, which in turn creates more withdrawal symptoms once it is finished. In this way the drug addiction perpetuates itself. He asserted that the relief smokers feel on lighting a cigarette, the feeling of being back to normal, is the feeling experienced by non-smokers all the time. So that smokers, when they light a cigarette, are really trying to achieve a state that non-smokers enjoy their whole lives. He further asserted that withdrawal symptoms are actually created by doubt and fear in the mind of the ex-smoker, and therefore that stopping smoking is not as traumatic as is commonly assumed, if that doubt and fear can be removed. At Alan Carr clinics during quit smoking sessions, smokers are allowed to continue smoking while their doubts and fears are removed, with the aim of encouraging and developing the mindset of a non-smoker before the final cigarette is extinguished. A further reason for allowing smokers to smoke while undergoing counseling is Carr's belief that it is more difficult to convince a smoker to quit until they understand the mechanism of the nicotine trap. This is because their attention is diminished while they continue to believe it is traumatic and extremely difficult to quit and continue to maintain the belief that they are dependent on nicotine. Another assertion unique to Carr's method is that willpower is not required to quit smoking. His contention was that fear of giving up is what causes the majority of smokers to continue smoking, thereby necessitating the smoker's perpetuation of the illusion of genuine enjoyment as a moral justification of the inherent absurdity of smoking in the face of overwhelming medical and scientific evidence of its dangers. Carr left his accountancy job in 1983 and set up his first Easy Way clinic to help other addicts. He wrote 10 bestsellers including his 1985 hit The Easy Way to Stop Smoking, which topped the non-fiction book charts in 9 countries and remains the highest-selling book on quitting smoking worldwide. The success of the original London clinic, through both word of mouth and direct recommendation, has led to a worldwide network of 100 Easy Way clinics in 35 countries plus the production of audio CDs and DVDs. Based on their full money-back guarantee, Carr's clinics claim 90% success rate in helping smokers stop for 3 months, and 51% success rate in helping smokers stop for 12 months. Celebrity clients include Richard Branson, Anthony Hopkins, Ashton Kutcher, Ellen DeGeneres, Pink, Jason Mraz, Charlotte Church and Hrithik Roshan. Easy Way has now been released for Nintendo DS and the iPhone. All Alan Carr's clinics are run by dedicated therapists who were once smokers and have used Alan's method to quit smoking. All therapists are members of the Association of Alan Carr Therapists International. Carr also wrote a number of other how-to books on subjects such as losing weight and stopping alcohol consumption. Personal life: in late July 2006 it was revealed that he had been diagnosed with lung cancer at the age of 71. The following month he revealed that it was terminal and his life expectancy was about 9 months. Carr said, "Since I smoked my final cigarette, 23 years ago, I have been the happiest man in the world. I still feel the same way today." A year Carr wrote to Tony Blair, urging the UK government and NHS to accept his method, saying that the powerful influence of lobbyists working for nicotine replacement firms had turned them against him. Carr died as a result of his lung cancer on November 29, 2006 at his home near Malaga, Spain. He was survived by his second wife, Joyce, his 4 children, 2 stepchildren, 11 grandchildren, as 1 great-grandchild. Publications: The Easy Way to Stop Smoking, The Easy Way to Stop Drinking, The Only Way to Stop Smoking Permanently, Alan Carr's Easy Way for Women to Stop Smoking, Alan Carr's Easy Way to Control Alcohol, Alan Carr's Easy Way to Lose Weight, The Easy Way to Enjoy Flying, The Easy Way to Stop Worrying, Alan Carr's Easy Way to Be Successful, The Little Book of Quitting, The Illustrated Easy Way to Stop Smoking, Scandal, Burning Ambition, Alan Carr's How to Be a Happy Non-Smoker. See also, Tobacco Smoking, Smoking Cessation. References. External links: Alan Carr's website,